and we should be live. Oh, and I did remember to change the overlay. Good. I thought for a second there I still had the stray one up, like an idiot. But no, I can stream.
Well, we've already got so many that need smacking when it comes to the
Yes.
art of streaming.
Yes.
Not least of
Yes.
which is trim.
Ah, I love trim to bits, but sometimes you just want to give him a little strangle. Just a little one.
Just a little one.
Like, trim! He said, what? Perfect, take trim!
What'd I do? Nothing. It's a preemptive use.
Is he still doing his own streams? Is he still doing the drawing ones?
He is. He's been doing some work with Stower, where he's been streaming while they've been he's been streaming to them, and while they've been making music, and they put it out on their stream. So he's been a busy boy.
Busy boy indeed.
Yes. Speaking of the art of streaming, we need to have a talk to the guys about thumbnails. In particular, text selection. I know. I saw you have.
I had a chat with the boys about thumbnails. I laid down to them like some options, and for the most part, I heard this whooshing noise.
As the point went straight over their heads. Yes.
I'm looking at you, Arden.
Yes.
It was a distinct whooshing noise as the point went over Arden's head.
I mean, sadly, Ardents are the least annoying of some of them. Like, at least Ardent doesn't have text that's impossible to read. To be fair, that because he doesn't have text, like a noob, but
that's true. No, it's that better. I've turned Bezek up a little bit. I don't know why why it would be different today. Like literally using the same microphone, the same sound, and apparently I'm quiet today. Like, come on, PC. Now everyone's gonna go, you're really loud.
Yeah, Prime says, hello. Got a license for that washer, mate? No. Pirate pressure washing.
Are you gonna start washing? Join a player's
We should start washing, shouldn't we?
We should start washing.
One of these days we will, even if I have to travel to Newfoundland with a copy of GIMP on a USB stick and feed it to Ardent.
Yeah. Yes. Like, do you know what? V is just as bad. Like, how many times, like, we've either offered or actually made V templates. And I said to him, like, I will teach you how to use GIMP so that you can make thumbnails. And he's like, I have Paint, though. It's like, oh, he makes me sad. He makes me sad. Like, sometimes V will post a video and in one of our kind of, you know, super secret channels, and like all of us will just go, why? Please stop. It hurts. It hurts. You've got black bars on the side. And he's like, it's fine. And we're all like, no, it's not. So don't worry, you're not the only one who gets shamed. You're not the only one who gets shamed. But you are getting shamed.
Prime's like, what's Ardent done now? Tried to show his poutine. Oh, we're trying to educate him in the art of the YouTubes. I mean, it took us this long to get him into 16 by bloody 9.
Oh, God.
Fucking sitting there with his fucking 4x3.
Okay.
Yes, it's dirty.
Oh, yeah, this was when you were like, we'll just not do this.
Yeah, this might not be a half-hour job. By the way, can chat see the level?
That would be a good start. Alright, I guess I'll start over here.
Yes. There's a lot of this level.
Oh, I tell you what, though, this seems like it'll be quite a satisfying level.
Oh, yes. but there's absolutely a lot of it.
I don't mind there being a lot of it. It's like the skate park and the playground. Like, they're not.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them, but they're pretty fun levels to do. I hate the
Yeah.
ones that have got all these teeny tiny stupid ass things. You're like,
Yep.
ah!
Prime's like, it looks like a Fallout 3 subway.
It's a bit.
I don't know. I think it might be cleaner in the Fallout 3 subway.
It's a little mucky. Like, there's so much graffiti over here that, like, there's just no point in it anymore. You can't tell what it was supposed to say because it's just graffiti over graffiti over graffiti. Like, why did they not find a nice, empty bit of wall?
Speaking of boomers and noobs, are you sure chat can see the stream?
I mean, they don't need to see the stream, really, do they?
That's right. They can just listen.
There we go.
Imagine.
I mean, they could see the stream. They had the beautiful picture that I made in Photoshop.
True.
Unlike some people who are in chat and will be shamed.
Poor Ardent's like, Gimp, you don't get me into any of that Gimp crap. Oh, that Gimp. After he has a quick Google.
Somebody's been on Google.
Yeah. Prime says there are less raiders and ghouls in this subway tunnel. Now, the New York City subway system, on the other hand. Yeah, there's less crackheads in Fallout. Slightly. Oh, not Google. Contextual interpretation, Ardent says.
It was definitely Google. Or it was DuckDuckGo. It wasn't Google. I used a different search engine.
Well, I thought we established that DuckDuckGo was no better anymore.
Yeah, they're basically DuckDuckGoogle.
Yeah.
And we're proud of it, too.
Yeah, they were too, which is a shame. Like, guys, you've only got one thing keeping you relevant.
Yeah, let me just spit in the face of our main user base. Okay, let me know how that works out for you, buddy.
Yep, after that came out, I just went back to Google.
Oh, why not?
If I'm going to be lied to by my search engine, it might as well at least be a competent search engine.
Yeah. It's like, both have shitty policies, but one is functionally better. Well.
Exactly. On the things that I'm allowed to know about, Google will let me find them.
Yeah. Things that I'm allowed to know about. That sentence. It's true.
Yeah, that's the worst part of it. That's true.
It's true.
Ah, dearie. Yeah, so you can see why I suggested that maybe this one wasn't a suitable one for the last stream.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
But it's going to be very satisfying on the time lapse.
Yeah. It'll be more size. And it seems like it's not going to be a particularly forgiving level either.
No.
Like, there we go.
Prime Knight's like DuckDuckGo went corpo fast. It went globo homo.
I can't remember what it was that they had. They said basically they were manipulating the results, but like, and then they didn't. They didn't just double down on it. Like, if they'd said, look, we're being forced to do this by whoever, like, we're not happy about it, whatever. But no, he was like, we're happy to be doing this. And it's like, okay then.
Yeah, it was definitely some kind of misinformation thing, but I can't remember if it was specifically that one or something else.
If it was
But then
that one or the other one that we're not allowed to talk about on YouTube.
Yep. And then they turned around and went, not only are we going to do that, all the things that you can talk about on YouTube, yeah, we're just going to start deranking them as well.
Yeah. Like, they were proper pleased with themselves, and it's like, oh, okay. Like, that most of your user base were there because Google was doing some similar things, right? And they're like, no, our user base love us because of this thing, and it's like, no, they don't.
No, your user base thinks your search engine's shit, but they're here because you used to at least let them find the truth.
It's like, as your
even if
user
not the
base, we're
truth.
telling you that we were here for this reason.
Sadly, like a lot of companies, no, we know what our user base wants best. Despite the user base standing there screaming, like Disney. Why would we listen to the people who were kids when Lion King came out tell us what they want to take their kids to watch? No, we want more indoctrination. Like, I would rather take a kid to a cinema to see, I think it's Snow White, which came out in between World Wars, I think.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. They'll get around to revamping the classics. Don't you worry, Bezek.
Oh, I'm sure. There's going to be an underground old Disney market, I'm sure. Then again, if copyright law must be due for a change because some of Disney stuff's about to go out. Again.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse is due to come up again, and I think this time might actually lose him, which would be interesting because normally copyright law changes every time Mickey Mouse comes up for
Yep.
is about to run out because they do not want to lose the mouse.
Yeah, that's normally when it goes.
It's normally when it's like, oh, by the way, copyright law changed again. Like, oh, was it time for Mickey to be...
Yep. Then you look it up and, oh, it was 25, 50, 75 years from Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. Which is insane that one company can dictate copyright law like that.
But lobbying's a good thing, Disco, so the corpo fascists keep telling us.
Copyright law changes as much as the definition of recession these days. And woman.
Oh, probably can't. I've got so many comments I'd like to make about that I might be able to get away with on YouTube, but probably not Twitch. For what Bezek really thinks of that, join us on next Saturday, not this coming one, because I'm off having a social life.
How dare you? Actually, to be fair, so am I. But how dare you? How dare you have a social life? Who said you could go outside?
After Disco's been off having a social life for the last 3 weeks.
And he said you could go outside. Something might eat you.
Well, I'm hoping that the spiders eat the politicians, but I think the spiders have taste.
Yeah, that's so good. This looks like Lego.
Now this is some bollocks, Disco. Come have a look at this.
What?
Over here. Come have a look at some utter fucking bullshit.
Whee.
Why is this fucking cable clean?
What?
I got to here, and then the game decided the frigging cable, so the lights is going to be clean. What some bollocks?
Oh, wait. The whole cable. Um, you're just
Yeah,
really skilled at washing.
Yeah, I
What
managed
is
to get the whole cable without putting a single droplet of water.
That's amazing.
Mm.
I'm going back to my
Dear.
corner. I feel inadequate now. You've cleaned almost half that wall, and I'm just in this little corner. It's a really clean corner, though.
Yes. Oh dear. Speaking of other streams, I'm thinking about, because we end up running really, really, really close to White Pills, I'm thinking about moving the disease that shall not be named segment to a different day, so we can have a nice long black pill.
Oh, a nice long black pill. Do you not black pill people enough?
Well, no. I ran out of time to do the socio-political globo-homo black pillings to talk about the corpo-fascist disease black pills.
I mean, I guess you could, or I guess you could rotate segments, because, I mean, how long does Sultans go on now? Like 5 hours?
6 hours.
You could rotate segments, maybe.
Like the last few episodes have finished like 5 minutes before White Pills. And then we've all run over there going, Disco, save us from the Black Pills.
Please have some White Pills for us, for all. We can't take anymore. Bezek just wouldn't stop.
Exactly. And I have to keep rushing because in order to fit in the 2 hours of Fauciisms. Oh, God, we can't. He's been in the media again, telling people they're going to get in trouble if they don't do as he tells them.
Fauci. I saw that.
Yeah, without going into details of his policy.
You're gonna be in a lot of trouble. It's like, that sounds like a threat. I don't like being threatened.
Yeah, see, I'm the old style of Australian. Threatening me just makes me angry.
Yes, I mean, I did respond earlier with what I would like to see happen. I'm not sure I can repeat it on Twitch.
Speaking of Sultans, I need to find a new backdrop for the non-swatch intro since Tavistock's no longer going to be a problem.
I love how the getting the chipper bitch has become a thing.
Yes. And the WAV file of that is in the Sultan's Discord for everyone who wants it as a ringtone, because people actually have it as a ringtone.
Oh my god. Like, people were asking yesterday, like, because I was like, because the channel's monetized now, I was like, what noise should I have when I get a super chat? And it was either going to be George meowing or getting the chipper bitch.
I mean, George meowing would probably be financially smarter, since Black would just be sitting there going, $, $, $.
Yeah. You know how he's normally going, kitty noises please, kitty noises please. Well, now he can actually
make his own kitty
noises where he's like, donate $1, meow. Donate $1, meow.
That'd literally be the message, meow.
Yeah. Kitty noise, kitty noise, kitty noise. Like, he wouldn't even be saying hi to the guests anymore. He'd literally just be sat there typing kitty noise.
Yep. What do we got? Students, Prime Knight says, some good news. My Boohurt group has had quite a low interest in training, so not many group sessions have been done. He found another team to train with, so next Saturday he's going to a half-day training session. Very nice. It also sounds like exercise, which is even better.
Oh yeah, I hear you guys are having a competition, and
Well, I wouldn't call it a competition, but we're definitely having a lose weight, you fat bastard challenge.
that I get to shame you.
Well, we're going to need to put Disco on a scale then, aren't we? Because we've got a tape measure.
The tape measure.
We can find out how tall the Disco is.
How tall?
Approximately. Yes.
I'm 5 foot exactly.
Yes. We'll do some BMIs.
I'm a dinky.
Yep. So when you so at approximately two crap, what's his name? 2 comedians tall. 0.2 comedians tall.
0.2 comedians tall.
Because I've completely forgotten his name.
Oh, you talking about the picture of me and Leo? It's
Yeah.
fucking funny.
You're about 0.2 of a Leo.
Like for ages, Monkey was like, can I see a picture of you and Leo next to each other? Please ask him. Go on, please ask him." And like I come up to like Leo's belly button.
Yeah. What else we got in chat? Andrew Jackson asks, Mr. Bezek, what types of games do you like to play? Simulation games. Lots and lots of simulation games, like Power Washing, Factorio, RimWorld.
Speaking of,
Yes.
we need to do the next scenario for that.
Yes, I believe the poll worked that out, didn't it?
Yes.
We're going to make a colony that consists of what the left wing thinks the right is.
Yes.
I think that was the winner.
Yeah, so basically a meme version of the right.
Yeah, it's going to be glorious.
Although I am gonna miss Mam. I'm sad that sad that we lost Mam.
Well. Then again, it is going to be a male supremacist slave keeping society, so maybe Mam could make a guest appearance.
Maybe. I'm surprised they didn't want to see Boar try and rebuild.
Nubadon's like, remind me of an old meme. Doctor, how tall should I be to be in a good BMI with my weight? 4 meters tall. 4 meters. Oh, dear. What else do we have in chat? Oh, dear. The old story hour with the drag queens might be aren't suggesting as a background for Night's Watch.
Oh God.
Yeah, Prime Knight's got it right. It's a support group with shaming. But for the anti-fatness group. And yeah, it's totally going to be a thing. I need to get Trim needs to post his details so we can shame him.
Oh. See, I got in there earlier and asked if this is where I come to shame people.
It is.
Good. Sure. Drop in every now and then and offer some shame.
And Dan will all be like, so, Disco, what did you have to eat on the weekend? And why was it a pile of food taller than you are?
Everything's taller than I am.
Exactly.
To be fair, I need to get back into swimming. Really want to get back into swimming. I didn't.
Swimming is a good
I wasn't
one.
all that active like the last kind of 8 months after I fell down the stairs and hurt my neck. Because every time I tried to be active, my hands went numb. It's just not ideal.
Generally considered bad.
Not ideal. It seems to be not too bad now, though. So I'd like to get back into swimming.
Dr. Martin Luther Pepe asks, is Disco a fucking smurf? 3 apples tall? 2.5 apples.
Fucking tiny. Like, literally fucking tiny.
Yes, she's made out of small.
It's always funny because people like they kind of like envision my height, and I'll tell them I'm 5 foot, and they're like, oh, that's really small. And then when they see me, they're like, I didn't know you were that small. It's just like, I told you how small I was. Like, yeah, but I didn't realize you were that small. Like, fair enough. Oh, I think we can probably switch back to this one now.
Yeah. Ooh.
Look how pretty it looks.
I can see the reflection of the lights. The only problem is, what fucking lights is it reflecting? I think we've talked about fucking reflections in this game. What lights are those?
Yes. Good job, game. I mean, it's better than the last reflection.
True, but
The last
better is a relative term. Oh!
Look, monkey! Look, it's super chat Bezek. Except for the text-to-speech isn't on today. Okay, I didn't turn it off. Like, it's kind of glitchy. I need to mess around with it now that it's monetized. But monkey says,
it's a proper super chat.
who needs height when you've got a power washer? Look, who needs height when I can literally just get the long attachment out for the power washer? Oh wait, there's the super chat noise. And it's gonna text to speech.
Who needs height when you've got a power washer?
Streamlabs clearly being a smidgen slower than the chat function.
Yes. Should need a ladder. I don't need a ladder. I have the long extension. See? I have this super duper long one. I can get the ceiling from here. In fact, I can almost touch the ceiling with it.
I don't know if you saw the conversation. You probably didn't because it was on Discord. But Trim was being a smartass. So I got the gifts out. I'm just like, if you don't behave, I'm going to call Disco. Then I got a gif. This dwarf in a police outfit comes up to a guy with a steppy stool, puts the steppy stool in front of him, climbs up, slaps him in the face.
Yeah, that would absolutely happen. True. I'm not messing around. I just get the steppy stool out.
Yeah. He's Disco.
What have you done now?
I mean, we know you're magic, but shouldn't the ladder be touching the wall?
Is it not?
Not. Oh no, it is on your screen, not on mine. It didn't extend for me. Yes.
Touching the wall. Bezek, you feeling okay, buddy?
No.
Google Play just blocked my super. What do you mean blocked it? Did it say no? Did you say naughty words? Did you not praise Susan hard enough? Think you're in a different country.
Nah.
Sounds like Google being special.
Right. Speaking of shenanigans, as vote for mayor in '84, Jeff Jefferson the 12th.
The 12th?
Vote Jeff for 1984. Oh, well done. Yes, the 12th. Vote Jeff for 1984. I'll clean up Caldera City and beyond. This political advert is sponsored by the Jeff Jefferson 12th 1984 Election Campaign Fund. Jeff Jefferson the 12th would like to make it clear that he is talking metaphorically about cleaning up the city, and there's no intention of getting on his expensively tailored knees and scrubbing the city, or any kind of manual labor for that matter.
No, that's what we do. He can pay us to do it.
Also, that is actually on the sign. Numidon wants to suggest different killing noises for different levels of donations. Oh god, the uncanny Franny is like says, "Hi there. I would ask if you would clean my caravan, but I already know what your answer is. Oh, she's another friend from the fair." And Commissioner Barry Onyx says, "Caldera City subway system was built using over 16 million bricks."
Different case. I don't know if Streamlabs supports that, having different noises for different levels.
I think it does.
I'll have to look into it, because, like,
if you were,
I only really set up the Streamlabs one, and so I'm surprised it's doing anything at all for the super chats. And I know they were kind of getting weirdly stuck on the screen in the chat because I didn't account for them in the CSS because we didn't have any.
Yeah. So Commissioner Barry Onyx says, if you were to pull them up top, god damn it, it's disappeared. Hold on, let me get him back.
Yay.
It thinks we're cleaning the Ferris wheel. Why does it think we're cleaning the Ferris wheel? Okay.
We already did.
There we go. If you were to pull them up top to tail, they would extend a staggering 2,137 miles into the Earth's atmosphere. That's only a tantalizing 236,718 miles short of the moon's surface.
There's so much graffiti that you can't even tell what they were trying to write.
Yep. They're not nice people in this town.
But they'll have great fun graffitiing over it again.
Oh, I'm sure they will. But that's fine. That just means we get paid to come back and fix it.
That's true. It would be funny if you have to do the same map again, like 2 maps down the line, where it's like they came back and graffitied it again. You fix it? It's like, okay.
I could totally imagine them doing that for the mayor's house.
What, like every second level is the mayor's house covered in eggs?
And other assorted stuff. Yeah. Then again, didn't he take off on his boat being all dodgy and criminal-like?
He said he totally didn't do that.
Ah, crap. I forgot to send you the news stories about my area. One of these days I'll remember.
I tell you what, every week he brings this up about his corrupted mayor that he can't tell us about. And then every week he doesn't send me the stories.
Hold on. I know.
Oh. Washingham?
Washingham?
I'm looking at the destinations on the train thingy, and there's a train going to Washingham.
Washingham. Oh, well done. Okay. Hold on. Fine. There. I've remembered. I might have been...
Like every week he's like, I would definitely send it to you. It's like, okay.
And then I totally forgot.
Lying Bezek noises.
Oh dear, you should totally check the title of that one. It's frigging hilarious.
I'll check it after the stream. I can't read it out anyway without accidentally fucking doxing you.
But, sadly, the only political corruption that we can talk about is banned on both... Well, that we can talk about without doxing is banned on both YouTube and Twitch.
Great, huh?
Something. Most popular ever.
Dang. I'm pretty sure that wasn't clean. I'm pretty sure I hadn't cleaned on this side of the pillar game. I don't remember going over there and cleaning that.
Games like don't care.
What's clean?
Clean all the things.
Ooh, your wall's nice and clean.
It's a shiny wall. I don't think I've ever been in a subway that told the walls. Then again, I've also...
This looks like fucking Lego. This thing is basically Lego.
It does, doesn't it? Well, it wouldn't surprise me if they flogged the textures for that from somewhere. I'm sure that's what they did with the bloody flat trees! Ah!
Flat trees. Oh, those are funny.
It triggered Bezek noises.
Don't let me go behind the fucking billboard asset!
Like, it's bad enough to have them, but if you've got to, can we at least not walk past them?
Put them in the distance. Triggered Bezek noises.
Yes. Dear. Speaking of tubbies, I don't believe Bay Stapes reported his crime.
He did say he was gonna join on when he was on what was it White Pill? No, on Stray last night. He was like he said he was gonna join in so that he could find himself a wife and have lots of babies.
Yeah, that was White Pills.
Was it White Pills? I wasn't sure if it was White Pills.
Yeah, that was White Pills. It could have been both.
Well, the days are the same.
I'll pull out the spreadsheets.
Yeah, I was making spreadsheets
Probably tomorrow
earlier.
or Saturday, and
I was making spreadsheets earlier. I'm to Bezek, I'm like, look, Bezek, I did a thing, I made a spreadsheet.
all the streams.
Because I was starting to lose
that...
track of all the games that we were like, we need to play this, and we need to have these people playing this, and it's just like, right, I'm going to make a fucking spreadsheet. So I know which stream series we're doing, which stream series we're planning, who we're planning to have on each stream series.
Yeah, there's a channel for it, Based. Hold on, let me just... There we go, I've tagged a monkey.
Tag the monkey.
Mm-hmm. Ding!
Ding! All the yellow bit is clean. Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Soon asked, when did we start with the weight challenge thing? On the last Sultan stream. I think it was getting towards the end, though.
Hey, cat paw prints. And yeah, it would be between black bills probably.
Yes, I think we were talking. I can't even remember what we were talking about, but it was probably anti-thottery. I mean, we talk about anti-thottery regularly.
Yes.
Speaking of the thoughts. The Quartering did a video the other day. I didn't actually watch it, but I saw the thumbnail, and it's like, oh, Twitch streamers reveal the stress that comes from having an OnlyFans, or OnlyFans talk about.
I watched that one.
Oh, look, are those the consequences of your actions?
I actually watched that one, and it was just like, yeah, it was talking about a lot of the OnlyFans thoughts who had joined like during lockdown and stuff for some easy cash, and now suddenly they're like, oh, like that it doesn't go away, and like I'm trying to find a relationship now, and people are finding out that I'm, you know, I've shown myself all over the internet, and for some reason they don't want to date me.
Well, what was that one that release their fucking earnings where it's like $1 million plus a fucking month? I'm like, okay, 1, fuck you. 2, you don't get to complain about anything.
Yeah, but then you see success stories like that, and you can kind of almost see why somebody, especially somebody who would be desperate, might think, well, that's the answer to my problems. The reality is most of the people who join these sites, much like YouTube, like, you know, sure, there's PewDiePie and Markiplier and stuff who you look at them and they're like, God, like, they're really successful and they're playing video games. I could do that. And the reality is, most people, like, they're lucky if they get a couple thousand subs.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think the OnlyFans thought things is the same, you know, particularly when you're talking people who might have lost their job during lockdown or, you know, really needed the money, and they're like, oh well, it's a really easy, quick way to earn money, and you know they go in there and they're selling themselves for $2 a month on discount, and they've got 3 subscribers, and it's like, okay, I'm glad your dignity was so cheap.
Yep. Let's see, Prime Night over on Twitch is saying that the Pride is going to have a festival in Stockholm this weekend. When asked about the pox, they said it didn't matter to them. Of course it doesn't.
Yeah, but Grandma.
Well, clearly we need to lock down the Pride to protect Grandma. That's how it works, right?
Mm-hmm. So I'm told.
But I love how they're all like that one in particular that the boys have been discussing on the Lotus Eaters, where it's like, oh, you can't expect gays to stop having sex. It's like, oh, but it's fine for us to stop working and having lives.
Well, you know, we had to have mandatory face masks for the virus that shall not be named. Perhaps we need mandatory underpants.
Mandatory chastity belts.
Sorry, underwear is mandatory. It's like, no.
Well,
I think at Bezek it's time that region letter a region letter U helps its sister country by adding another star to Australian flag.
I'm guessing you can't hear the text to speech. I think Bezek, it's time that, I guess, that's Australia helps its sister country by adding another star to the Australian flag. I guess is that.
We don't want New Zealand.
New Zealand. No?
We'll consider it. Have you seen the horse that runs it?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to get rid of that, obviously.
Yeah.
I still want the horse to be audited. I want to know how it made so much money in the last couple of years. I'm really interested to know how it made so much money in the last
how did the horse make money? That's what. Like, to be fair, I've come up with an idea where all politicians should just have their bank accounts connected via like a CSV export or automatic CSV export or something to the web, so you can just sit there and watch their money in real time.
I mean, to be fair,
I want to know about the bloody Netflix subscription.
To be fair, that's kind of what they want to do to us.
It's exactly what they want to do to us.
Did you see, actually, I saw in the news today, Greece is now getting digital IDs.
Oh, great. But it's totally a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, they're totally a conspiracy theory. But they're getting them. Apparently I guess it's been voted on by the powers that be.
You mean Klaus Schwab?
I mean, he doesn't vote. He doesn't need to vote. He just dictates.
well, he votes on it. One man, one vote, and he's the alleged lizard man.
Oh, he gets the only vote. The Marins, yeah. But
you know, like the.
What was the thing that came up? Because it was Greece.
Oh yeah, the other point I wanted to make about Greece is like, how the fuck can Greece afford that? Greece has got all these other problems, and like, oh yeah, we'll just fork out money for this.
Yeah, so Greece rolls out digital IDs and driver's licenses.
Thanks. Also, I'm good without it, thanks. Like, what are you meant to do if your phone runs out of battery and then the Stasi comes for you? Like, the cops can already look up your details on this stupid privacy invasion system anyway.
Yeah, so I guess we can all look forward to that soon. But it's totally a conspiracy theory, so don't worry.
Yeah. I totally don't want to bring in a digital credit system.
Of course not. Like that, I do not want. Do not want. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Primed also said, when you start the new job and you got pussycat pics of the girl interviewing you.
I seen one yesterday. Like, I think it was Daisy that shared it. And it was about a girl who had given up her job as an optician. So she, she had a fucking career and stuff. To become a puppy on OnlyFans. And she literally, she walks around on her hands and knees, like barking and whining and eating dog food out of a fucking bowl on the floor for money on OnlyFans. And I'm just like, why?
See, ones like that, like, I find it really hard to get angry at them specifically when it's like, I could spend 3 minutes a day working and then make a couple of grand a month.
I mean, to be fair,
I could have a shit job.
Apparently, she is earning like £700,000 a month or something. And I don't know if it was per month, but it's like crazy fucking money. Like,
exactly. Like, I find it really hard to judge them for that part.
Well, this is
when they start whining about the social consequences. It's like, well, suck shit. And
well, she's probably not whining about the social consequences. She's probably happy as anything. It's the ones that get on there and actually don't make it big that and then like, well, now I have the consequences and no fucking money. But like, as I said to Carl, like, sure, you can shame the thoughts, and like nobody's saying you can't, but as long as there is a market, the thoughts are gonna exist. Like,
well, that's my thing. Like, if they're not going to whine about the social ramifications, well, fuck, what can you do?
Like, there's a market.
Like if I could make $700,000 a month with showing my fat hairy man titties on the internet, do you think for a moment I fucking wouldn't?
You'd be like, do you want me to jiggle?
Do you want me to jiggle sideways or up and down?
But that's the thing, like, because I did actually bring this up with Carl at the time, and I think he did do a segment on something very similar to what I brought up with him, that, sure, you can shame the thoughts, and there's nothing wrong with shaming Thori, but unless you also, bring up the fact that without the market, they wouldn't exist, there is some blame to be had on the people who are funding it.
I think most of the blame does go to the consumers.
Like, do you think any of them would be on there, like, showing their fucking bits on OnlyFans if they weren't reading the success stories? If they truly believed that maybe if they were real lucky, they might get £2 a month for selling their dignity on OnlyFans, like, they wouldn't.
Guys.
Oh,
hey.
Hello. He heard me talking about fat jiggly man tits, and he came in.
Yeah, he did.
Prime Knight suggests cheese singles as nipple covers. But slightly less disgusting.
I can't hear Bezek. Is that only me?
Hey?
I can only hear you. I can't hear Bezek.
I can hear Bezek.
Did you mute me, you bastard?
He's calling you a bastard and saying you muted him.
Okay, I can hear it now. Sorry. There's a weird glitch there. I could only hear Disco.
Did Bezek have the little mute symbol next to his name?
Maybe.
And as I was saying, as a die-hard capitalist, like, these thoughts that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, like, I respect the grift. If there are people stupid enough to pay for it, fuck it, why not?
And I think the ones who aren't, like, they need to take a bit of a think before they get into it. Like, am I gonna be one of the fucking lucky ones that's actually
Probably not.
actually gonna make that kind of money, or am I gonna sell my dignity for pennies?
Mm-hmm.
Probably
And
just
like,
gonna sell your dignity for pennies.
and if they're okay with that, not a problem. But like, the guys that pay for it, like, it's one thing to go, fuck it, I'll throw in $1 for my particular kink. It's a bit different to, why, yes, I would like to pay more than my rent for the off chance that this whore will say my internet handle in a sexy voice.
While they have girlfriends, some of them. Like, that's the thing that gets me. They're off paying, like...
Howdy Disco. What's up, Bezek? Pounds chest ape.
Earl says, howdy Disco. What's up, Bezek? Pounds chest ape.
Chimp out.
But yeah, the ones that pay, like, thousands when they've got a goddamn girlfriend, and it's just like, mate, like, why are you paying an internet stranger for attention when you've got somebody who wants to give you attention in person?
Yep, and see how long that lasts.
Well, this is why, I mean, we were shaming the simps for a while, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely
shame the
pathetic to
simps.
be like, to donate all your money to a random girl on the internet who is almost certainly also got a boyfriend, right? Or at least men who are interested in her vicinity.
Yeah, and it's not even just like...
almost certainly men that are more attractive than you.
Yeah.
And it's not even
And
just
only
like
to-
they're doing it, being like, oh, you know, I like, I don't know, whatever it is that you're doing. It's like, it's a parasocial...
Pay attention to me!
It's a parasocial relationship. You know, they're almost thinking that they're in a relationship with this person because they get a little bit of attention.
Yep.
That's the thing as well. Like, I never understood what the fantasy was. Like, what's the fantasy? Do you think she's gonna like see the $200 you gave her or whatever, and then she's gonna be, oh my god, Dragon Fucker 69, come marry me? Like, what do you think is gonna happen?
That is the fantasy, because it's innately wired into men to be a provider, and because these guys are so fucking pathetic that women won't talk to them in real life, they're like, oh, maybe if I show this woman that I'm a good provider by giving her thousands and thousands of dollars, she'll think that, oh, maybe I'll marry him and then I'll be rich. Yeah, you and the other 100,000 guys, you dumbass.
Yeah.
You and everybody else. Yeah.
Then you get, like, because I actually watched a thing a while back of, like, a kind of documentary where this guy signed up to OnlyFans to kind of see what the hell, like, it was all about. And, like, a lot of them will send them messages when they send money. Or they'll send them, like, thank you cards and stuff. So they're actually... They're not just, like, finding, like, nude pictures or whatever. They're not just getting those pictures. They're actually getting a fake social interaction when they donate. A lot of them. And so...
Yeah.
It's more insidious than just, oh, well, you know, I wanted to have a fap because she sent me a naked picture.
Yep.
It is a kind of parasocial relationship that is
it
making them
is
feel
predatory.
like they're part of a relationship, and instead of going out and finding a woman and talking to a woman and actually starting an actual relationship, they're getting some of it from that. But obviously she has no attachment because she's getting hundreds of these, and she's just like, oh, thank you very much, like, you're the best.
Yep, like the other
Like,
700
I
guys.
like you in particular for, like, after you gave me this donation, and it's just like,
El Testicules brings up a point that I'm now going to kick in the head. So, why can't they just go to a pub and flirt with a hot bartender? At least the money's better spent that way, plus you get to have a pint. Yeah, they made that illegal.
Well, that didn't help. That absolutely didn't help.
You can't do
Plus,
that.
it
You will
also,
unironically get your ass kicked, become a social pariah.
it is also playing on the fear of rejection as well. Like, somebody who you've just paid $200 to notice you is not gonna reject you.
Yeah, but neither's a hooker. Give that money to a hooker. If you...
Well, that was the other point I was going to bring up. If you live somewhere where prostitution is legal, why in the ever-loving fuck would you give $200 to a thought on the internet when you could just go and have an hour with a real woman?
I think a lot of it, I think, comes from like the sort of loneliness epidemic.
Like Disco said, it's the parasocial part. But for fuck's sake, guys, if you give that money to a hooker, she'll actually touch your pee-pee.
Exactly, yeah. And she's an online thought. She's pretty much a hooker already.
Exactly. But there's no moral difference between e-thoughts and hookers.
Oh well.
But yeah, but on the topic of fear of rejection, like, you don't just have the fear of rejection. Like, there's also the part where you could get arrested, or
I mean, yeah, there is that now, obviously, but like,
yeah,
there is a fear of rejection, and you're not gonna get rejected by somebody who you've actually just paid to give you attention, and so it's almost
not to mention
guaranteed,
you're not going to get...
like, yes, in terms of the social
side. Interaction, yeah. And not to mention also the part where, like, they're probably not going to file a non-crime hate incident against you if you're giving them hundreds of dollars on OnlyFans.
Only if you stop.
Yeah. Commissioner Barry Onyx. Construction began on the Muckingham to Caldera City branch line in 1920. Funded by local businessman Wilberforce Thrust, who was keen to provide an efficient means of transporting his workforce from the city to his thriving cattle ranches. It was finally unveiled by Mayor Jeff Jefferson X, who tragically passed away the self-same day from an innocent relation to the station's substandard construction. Sisiki says, "Why'd I go to my local pub and do that? Having a decent conversation and interaction isn't bad. Maybe the drinks might be shite when the beer is bad, but there's also other people there." Now, see, have you unless you are a... The problem is, you're probably the 10%, Al. If it goes well, you're the 10%.
10%?
Yeah, the 10% that women think are average or above.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like, I guarantee you'd get a vastly different reaction if you were 400 pounds, had a neck beard, and talked like Vosh.
I mean, if you talk like Vosh, then it's probably just as well everybody stays away from you.
Yeah, true. But you know what I mean, that weird man lisping thing. But like, and part of the problem is, when do men actually get taught to talk to women? And I don't mean in the feminist teach men how to not be misogynist way.
Well, normally from their dads, but if their dads aren't around, then yeah, you're on your own.
Yep. Not to mention, if you try and practice when you're in school with your peers, detention. You made them feel uncomfortable. You're a sexist 8-year-old for daring to flirt with that other 8-year-old.
See,
therefore we must punish you.
You should save the tomboys.
Well, we've been working on that. Get the global homo away from our tomboys. Well, we've closed down Tavistock. That's an excellent start on saving the tomboys.
Exactly.
Yay.
Yeah, they've tried to get rid of all the tomboys.
Because there's no one more interested in enforcing the gender binary. If you step even slightly out of it, out come the scalpels.
It's unreal. It's terrifying as well, because I'm absolutely sure that they would have preyed on me. Like...
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
Well, thanks to the other day's white pills, collection of photos of, yes, they absolutely would have chosen Disco as a victim.
Wait, they weren't
I'm not wrong though, am I?
No, they absolutely
Oh,
wouldn't.
no, that was my point. They were great. But, you're...
Like, I didn't even post any of the ones where I was, like, you know, caked from head to toe in mud.
Yeah. But it was enough to go, yep, that's a tomboy. So you absolutely know that Tavistock would have been like,
That's a boy.
I've got the scalpels, come here. That's not 100% conformist with what I think a girl is. Therefore, scalpels.
Unreal. But yeah, they absolutely would have attempted to prey on me.
Like,
anybody bought me a doll when I was little, I just kind of looked at them and was like, that doesn't fit in any of my toy cars. Why have you got me this? What am I supposed to do with this?
Oh, dear.
It's like, I thought you'd like a doll. I was like, have you met me?
Well, speaking of the other target audience that the review also found, what does over 40% of them have in common? Oh yeah, autism. So speaking of my amateur diagnosis of disco, I'm 110% convinced Femsberg.
As Bezek has decided I'm a Femsberg.
And if chat thinks about that for 5 minutes, they're going to agree with me.
Probably.
Because unlike in the men, it's rarely ever the wildly pronounced tisms when it's present in the women's.
Well, that's because women are a bit more social anyway, so I guess it's easier.
Yes, exactly.
That was
a
not
lot
finished.
better. No, it wasn't. Women are a lot better at masking, and their special interests tend to be socially acceptable. Like, if a girl has an obsession with makeup, it's slightly different to a boy that has a very odd interest in trains or bugs or one specific type of automobile from France in the 1920s. Prime Knight says he needs to find a boo-hurt girl that can beat his ass and have his kids, not on the streets, barred in the sheets. Very nice. But yeah, it makes a difference when your special interest is socially acceptable.
I don't even know where to start with makeup.
Exactly. But that's because you're a tomboy. So, and speaking of how we need to protect Disco from Tavistock...
Well, thankfully it's closed down now.
Well, apparently it's not closing for a couple of months, or maybe even until next year, while they build up their holistic centres.
Oh, fantastic.
It's still a win.
Oh, absolutely.
Still
100% still a win.
That was... No. No, all of this was still dirty. You lie.
Oh, dear.
You lied.
Oh, God, what do we got? In chat, Testicular says it's not his gorgeous locks, it's his gorgeous locks, but he also learned his lesson to not date the bartender. Why would you date a bartender? That was not clean game.
No, it wasn't. Alright, this side's almost completely done now, though.
Ardent says he was oh god, I'm not going to read that as written. Ardent, think about the fucking phrasing. Testicular says, when you all get done with this train station, can you all give society a wash? We're trying. We're trying to build a based organization to take over the world.
Mhm.
Ardent says, tip for the ladies, don't flirt with the bouncers. We know when you're drunk.
Yep.
Joke's on you.
And-
I don't go outside.
Gee, I'm sure that really helps. Still not helping, Ardent. Testicularly says that he wishes more women knew that. It was hilarious to see them flirt with him when they were hammered. Also might be going back to that job. And yeah, when I'm sitting there, and he says at Bezek, it's because there was a bounce at the same pub. I was young and stupid. Now you're just old and stupid? Okay.
You don't flirt with the bartender either. It's never going to work. You're the 200th guy to flirt with her that night. And
Exactly.
this is her 5th shift this week. It never works.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that pickup line again. How original. That's only the 3rd time tonight.
Yeah.
Tip. Pro tip:
the drunk
if
girls,
you're not
'cause then-
in the top 1% of men, don't bother with pickup lines at all.
Yeah. And plus, go for the drunk girls. They're easier to trick into liking you.
No, you monkey. Those are thoughts. We don't want thoughts.
Yeah,
The
silly
tipsy
monkey.
girls.
We want wife material, not thoughts.
Fair enough.
Don't wife a thought. That just ends up in trouble.
Please. We're not even halfway done with this one yet.
No. And we're over an hour in.
I think we may only be cleaning this train station today.
Yep. It's a big one, but it's not bad.
To be fair, I don't mind like the big maps like this. I just mind the ones that have got all the stupid, shitty little like. Come on and clean already.
Holtzinator has tipped $2 Pretty sure that's illegal in America.
What they in the drunk girls? Probably. Oh yeah, like in some places it's like, oh, if they've had more than 2 drinks,
that's
it's
right. Yes, don't fuck drunk women because that makes it even more dangerous. Because even if you're drunker,
Go home with them. Just get their number and then call them the next day.
and when they're like, "Who the fuck are you? How did you get my number? Fuck off, creep."
Pretty sure that's illegal in America.
Basically, if they're the kind of woman you're going to meet in a pub or a nightclub, don't bother.
Wait, can I? Okay, fine. You can't jump with the ladder.
Oh yeah, what was the other one? Andrew Jackson said his kid's teacher hates him as he's sent him back to school to question his teacher on BS they have been teaching them. Last time I sent them back to ask them to explain what black and tans are.
Oh! I think I know which lights are being reflected now.
Ah,
These ones.
I mean, that makes slightly more sense, but also still no.
No, it's still wrong. Like, the reflection orbs are still well in the wrong place. But, at least they exist. They are in the map.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Prime says personality matters most unless you have a gold card, looks, or wealth. For some of us, personality is all we got. The other problem, and I think we briefly mentioned it earlier, is thanks to the internet and men being men, women think that the top 10% of men are where average starts.
To be fair, there is a similar thing with women and like all these freaking filters and shit like that. Like everybody thinks that generally people are more beautiful than they are.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we're being bombarded with pictures of beautiful people.
It does help the women though that men being men, like something like 80% of women, if they have historically bred, while only about 40% of men have. It's like, if you're not a land whale or a troll, chances are if you're a woman, you can find a guy. Well, actually, I think even the trolls and land whales can find guys. It's just a matter of adjusting your standards. Like, maybe you want someone who's nice and homely rather than the most gorgeous man ever. Like, but then again, I've seen a lot of women with guys that are far too good for them. Flip side as well. I don't missing the point. Not sure why my extended prepubescence is so shameful. I wasn't interested in girls until most of the way through high school. Yes, it's just the way you originally phrased it was that you were that it could be implied as that you were only became interested in 8-year-olds when you were 18.
Oh.
Which is the problem.
Which is why he said phrasing, I guess.
Yes. The problem was the phrasing. Not the being the late bloomer, the phrasing. And again, on the last Sultans, we also discussed how it's a bloody problem for men that women can look 20 for about 10 years on either fucking side.
Oh
yeah,
God,
I do remember a story a while back, and I think the guy ended up getting the charges dropped, but I remember a story where this girl, she was like 14, 15, she had gone out, like, dolled herself up, got past all the bouncers, had apparently walked past the police drunk, and nobody had questioned that she was old enough to be out drinking. She'd gone home with the guy that night, and I think the parents eventually found out.
Bezek, you're also underestimating how much women don't want to sleep with men that they don't want to sleep with. It's a serious negative for women.
Sorry, the text-to-speech was going. Her parents had found out that she'd gone home with this guy, and I think they pressed charges. And it was like he had no idea that she was underage. He met her in a fucking nightclub.
Exactly. And that's what we were talking about and how that's a fucking problem. Like, mens rea is supposed to be part of a crime. Like, you're supposed to actually know to have culpability. But the way the law is written, there's no out. Even if they have a fake ID, they're in a nightclub, and you have no reason not to believe that they're legal. And I was like, well, maybe it should have to be in an affirmative defense that you, like, not just not how some nonsense argue, I thought they were legal. No, like,
I mean, if you meet them in a nightclub, meet them in a nightclub, in a place where they've been served alcohol because multiple people believed that they were over 18, then I think you've got a bit of a defense there. That you
like,
probably
especially if they've got fake ID and they're in a nightclub, like, that should, but the way the law is written, not a defense, which is a problem. Like, I kind of
dropped, but like charges were.
I believe in that case it was dropped eventually, but I mean, by the way the law is written, but if you can, like, obviously we don't want people to just be able to go, oh, I thought she was 18 and get off. But, like, maybe if you can prove that you had good reason to think that.
Although it is an argument against being a manhole and just finding a random girl in a nightclub.
This is true. It's also an argument against online dating as well, though.
It's like, I spoke to her for 10 minutes and I assumed that she was over 18. Like, You a hoe then?
Yes. Arden and student agrees, and student says, I should have the privilege to assume a woman in a bar/club is 21 because you must be 21 to be there.
Real Hodgson says, Bezek, you're also underestimating how much women don't want to sleep with men that they don't want to sleep with. It's a serious negative for women. I'm not sure I understand the wording there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some.
I think he means that people don't want to sleep with people they don't want to sleep with. Like, yes, obviously. But I'm talking about how, especially on the interwebs, some women will just discount a man entirely if he's not in the top 10% of men.
I do see you see some of these women who are like, if you're not this height, then don't apply, and it's like, okay, that's
right, fine,
specific.
But that means I get to say that you can't have to be this weight or less, because one of those is controllable and one of them isn't.
I think women kind of get to be like that though, which kind of sucks for guys because. Dick is cheap, pussy's expensive,
Yeah. Talking about how Holstein was talking about how women being willing to settle is a fallacy. Yeah, I'm not talking about settling. I'm talking about, like, there can be other things that build an attraction. Like, you need to talk to someone for 3 minutes at least to decide if their personality is attractive. Like, people, when they consider whether someone's attractive as a romantic partner, consider a whole bunch of things. Looks is a very significant part, but, like, a shit personality, like, say, a Karen, could eliminate any looks. When it comes to a romantic relationship, like, a man that's willing to sleep around will sleep with just about anything. Like, it's a thing amongst the communities that get into that sex crap, where at like 2 a.m. they'll just, if they haven't found someone, they'll just go up to the Argos at the bar.
Ew.
Yeah, it's obviously a complicated point that I was trying to get across in a few words.
Just don't date women. Women are gay.
Yeah. Are you suggesting femboys are the way to go?
Or monkey's ready to bat for the other side.
That's not what I was saying.
So that's how we got the pot.
I'm just saying, dating women is gay.
Yes. Holt says, like, the idea that women can always just find a guy is not true if the women will not lower their sense. Well, yes, obviously, that was the point.
And I was watching something yesterday or the day before. And they were covering this Reddit post where, like, I can't remember what Reddit it was, what subreddit, but Jesus Christ, the sirens here.
What have you done?
Fucking live, man. What was I saying? Oh yeah, there was something like some 40-year-old guy was sleeping with this. It was a father who found out that his 15-year-old daughter was sleeping with a 40-year-old guy. And he was obviously not that happy about it.
I bet he wasn't.
And it's like,
Did he
the
get
crazy
the
thing is like everybody on Reddit was like, "You're the one in the wrong."
What?
Like you should, yeah, like oh, your kid's coming to the age where she's going to start having sex with people. You're going to push her away if you like, reject her boyfriends and stuff like this. I'm like, the guy, but nobody's picking up on the guy that this girl is 15, he's 40, and this is literally against the law. Like that's the laws against that. They've completely lost hope in humanity for a minute. Well, not for a minute.
Did nobody tell the father where he could get a good wood chipper?
No.
I would have done. Yeah.
Hold on, I need to educate El Testicules. He says, looks and attitude, intelligence is the top though, and if she's funny. If it wasn't for the sex, the monkey would date a dude. El, that's called a tomboy. There's a reason they are the best kind of woman. It's like a dude, but with tits.
Yep.
This is why tomboys are superior. All the good parts of a woman and all the good parts of a man.
This is why we need to save the tomboys.
Exactly. We need to
They
save
keep
them
trying
from
to
the
cut the tits off
homo
them.
elite. Exactly. Tomboys are great. I mean, you can even find some tomboys that all dress girly. Some. Not...
I saw Disco wearing a dress once.
You did. Like,
Literally
I'm
only
like-
once.
I'm like, I'm actually wearing it today again. Like, I was like, it's really fucking warm. I can't be arsed dealing with it being warm. It was really funny because I went to work and Carl was like, "That's different."
Particularly says, yeah, I live in South Alabama. I know what a tomboy is. They probably forget. Right, fuck it, I'm off. See you. Be right back.
We're off to Alabama.
No longer a trans Texan.
No, it wasn't Vosh. It was like some random Reddit. I think it was like "Am I the Asshole" Reddit or something.
Oh god,
But,
that place
yeah, it
is
was
a cesspit of misogyny and bullshit.
Oh god, yeah.
Because the man's always in the wrong. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Bit misandry then.
Just the way that nobody
Yeah,
was addressing
Andrew.
the fact that this was a 40-year-old man and a 15-year-old girl, and they're like, no, the girl can do what she wants. She can make up her own. The guy
But
doesn't have any
I
like
thought-
power over her. I'm like, he's
I-
40. She's 15. It's illegal. Get away from the child.
Just
Yes.
from the child and into the chipper, please.
We've been over this. Like, yes, the age of consent is a social construct, but also screw you, get away from the kids. It's there for a reason. Like, one of the things that I talked about on Sultans was, like, yes, obviously when a female of any age starts displaying the secondary sexual characteristics of an adult woman, men are pre-programmed to be interested, but also, no, make sure they're legal.
Yeah.
Well, like, we're not dealing with a Stone Age society where you can know everything you need to be considered an adult by the time you're 8. It's a completely different society to what we evolved for. And again, in the societies where that happened back in the Stone Age, wasn't 40-year-old dudes and kids. It was more like, oh, look, you're both 14, you're married now.
Well, back in the Stone Age, you would have got killed for going near because there was no police force and no laws.
Yes.
It's just if the father wants to kill you, you're dead. That's it.
Oh,
family
yeah, you
is
went
your
near the
problem, eh?
eight-year-old girl, and then suddenly there was another man with his hands around your throat.
Yeah.
Club him to death.
Suddenly somebody dropped a boulder in your face.
They didn't need to have laws.
Yeah, student history says just because you have an instinct doesn't mean you act on it. Humans aren't Neanderthals who can manage it. Yes, that's what makes us sapient. The fact that we can act against instinct. Prime Knight says, is Bezek calling Disco the best kind of girl? Is that appropriate?
But I am.
Disco is not. But Disco is also in the UK, so not helpful. I need an Australian disco.
Australian disco.
It's also one of the problems with tomboys is they tend not to have female friends. In worse, they don't have they don't have tomboy friends. So it's like I can't be like, dear Sky, introduce me to someone.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Like, God
I can
damn
find
it.
you a man. I hear Monkey was looking for one.
Yeah, if you know any girls, by the way, if you know any girls in Cambridge, let me know.
I don't think I'm Monkey's type. I'm the bear in this relationship.
Sorry, I like them with smaller tits.
Yeah, I figured.
Sorry, Bez.
Well, Bez was working on that.
Cecily says, Bezek, if you like layers that drink whiskey and beer, drive trucks, hunt fish, love the water, have dark humor and well-paying jobs with great families and shoot guns, have I got a place for you? Are you sure you're not talking about men?
Speaking of which, I need to go work out for a bit if I'm going to try and lose this belly.
Fair enough.
I guess lose belly, acquire bitches. Wait, no.
Yeah. You guys, you guys have fun power watching. I'll still be here. I'll just not be on the chat.
Okay.
Before you go, can you get the squirt bottle and give Arden a spray?
He's already almost banned from my channel. I don't know what's going on over at the Sultans, but
You be careful, Arden, because I think Monkey has a spanner in my chat. He
oh,
can
that's
hit you
true.
with
I do. Yeah.
it. He can hit you with it.
How do I ban people?
Oh dear, poor Arden. I mean,
All right. See you in a bit.
See ya, monkey. Have a good one.
He's gone. I hope he didn't actually ban
Monkey!
him.
Oh god.
Did he time him out or ban him? Because if he...
He timed him out.
Okay, because if he banned him, I have to go in the back end to fix it. Monkey! Okay, I hope that was just a timeout. Either that or sorry,
Like,
Arden.
what did Arden do? Arden's like, oh no, I'll just flirt with Disco, dad accent. I'm like, get the squirt bottle.
Yeah, the squirt bottle was deserved then.
Oh dear. Primus says he's trying to go high protein, low carb, and little dairy. And I'm just trying not to eat Disco's body weight in junk food. A week.
A week. Jeez. See, I'm really lucky that I'm not. I never really had much of a sweet tooth.
Well, I don't have a sweet tooth per se. I'm more of into savory,
Yeah,
which is
same.
probably the only reason that I don't have like type 11 diabetes.
Yeah, I'm glad that I don't really eat sweet stuff. But I do eat
If
a
I
fair
was
bit of savory
prioritized
stuff, though.
on sugar rather than carbs, I'd absolutely be diabetic. Like, I'm surprised I'm not.
So what's the plan for your what do you call it, SWAT thing? You guys
What is it? Like, Sultan's weight attack tracking is, I
something
think.
like that. So what's
Dude.
the plan for that? You guys gonna do like a weekly thing or?
Yeah, that's the plan so far. Like, every Friday, collect the data, whack it into a spreadsheet, and then on Sultans and possibly White Pills, if I can con Monkey into it, we mock or praise as appropriate.
Maybe you mock on Sultans and praise on white bills.
I mean, that's not the worst idea. Prime Knight says it was fun telling his mother about blood avocados. She's eating some strange diet where she gets fat from fruit and vegetables. Yeah, you gotta be careful with the fruit. They're literally full to the brims of sugar. Like, there's more fucking sugar in fruit juice than there is in Coke.
I think Monkey's giving Arden like a 30-minute timeout.
Poor Arden.
There's some spray bottle. I think Monkey got the power wash and not a spray bottle. Just like squirted on. It's like psh.
On Discord, just a timeout, but someone should warn Monkey, this really doesn't discourage me from making more Weebery of him.
I think you'll end up getting banned from his Discord if you do that. Pretty sure he
What else?
added no weebery to the rules.
No, Weebery, but doesn't that rule out half the stuff Base does?
Don't know.
What else do we have? Director Akita says, I'm in the bad habit of renting just about anyone regular. I should probably stop that, but honestly, I quite like the idea everyone knows everyone else can do what they do. Like free guns for everyone. A policy I increasingly think might do the world good. Well, I've come up with a new policy for America. Free gun with every citizenship.
Free gun. You and your guns.
Like them, because the government's against them.
Fair enough.
But I'm surprised Disco should probably also like guns, because how else does a 5 foot, 20-pound woman defend herself from roving gangs of cultural enrichment?
I mean, I did learn self-defense when I was younger.
Yes. But, again, roving gangs of cultural enrichment.
That is true.
You'd think the feminists, if they think that, 1 in 4 women will be raped, which is a bollock statistic, would be in favour of giving every woman a gun on her.
You would think.
Nothing stops rape like a couple of rounds of 38 to the dick.
Probably not. Yay, clean chair.
Director Akita says, perfectly acceptable compromise. Guns, nothing ever brought greater equality to the sexes. George says, jokes on monkey, I still have my old account, lol. Welcome back, Ardent. Testicular says, nothing stops rape, quite like being burned alive at the stake in the town centre. I mean...
It's probably a deterrent.
Tell you what, maybe we should try it out in Rotherham and see if it works.
Maybe we should send them to the Tavistock Centre. Use it as a weapon. Lose it. I think that's
yes.
I think that's fair.
I'm not opposed to that.
Oh my god, the middle's nearly clean.
Yay! Nearly clean. Cleaned a monkey.
I can't believe we've been at this one map for like an hour and a half now.
Yeah.
I think it was only a 5-minute timeout, was just for fun, haha.
Yeah, just for memes, Ardent. He's a cheeky monkey, though.
Yeah, I think that was just his way of being like, spray bottle, scush, gush, haha, I timed you out. And I was like, ah, shit, it actually isn't for just a couple seconds.
Yeah. Students like K-Bez can still hop into the weight thing just a wee bit late. Of course you can. It's going to be running until Bezek's skinny. At least. So it might be running for a while.
I have to take all Bezek snacks.
I finished all my snacks. Should I have? No. Was I going to waste the money? Also no. And do I like snacks? Yes.
I understand. I also like snacks.
But yeah, so I'm going to do charts and everything.
Ooh.
I don't know if we have a prize for the weekly winner or anything, but we definitely have shame and mockery for the weekly fat ass, which is probably me.
It's like, I'm here to shame myself.
I mean, it would be effective.
Hey! I can't go further away from the wall. The power wash is not strong enough to take all this graffiti off.
But extension.
Don't want to change extensions. Dirty.
Dirty, dirty, dirty.
Susan says, how much she rocking with?
I assume he means weight. I think it's 125.7 or 127.5.
I'm afraid that doesn't mean very much to me.
It's in kilograms, so about 4 discos.
4 discos. You know, I don't even own scales. I don't even
Neither
own
does
them.
Ardent. Like, do we need to fucking crowdfund to get Ardent some scales?
Maybe. Maybe. See, I was pretty lucky, like, when I stopped, like, doing any exercise after I hurt my neck. The any weight I did put on went on my boobs. I was just like, I accept your terms.
That is acceptable. I'm not sure. So many comments.
It's like, okay, fair enough.
Commissioner Barry Onyx says the subway was reopened again following extensive repointing in 1923 by Jeff Jefferson the 11th. Testicularly says female privilege.
I mean,
it closed.
It can go on your boobs too.
It does. It closed again the following fall after the shocking revelation that Wilberforce Thrust had been using it to funnel train trucks full of stolen money out of the town. The money was never recovered. Good lord. This town. Like, you picked a good one to aim for this one. I haven't run the numbers through yet, Ardent, to see who's the tubbiest of the tubbies, and I have no idea what 309.6 is in French.
Susan says, well, unfortunately, us gaining titties isn't exactly helpful.
No. It really isn't. Actually, if you want to talk about male privilege when it comes to weight, look at how fat distributes across the male body compared to the female body. For women, it just generally goes blag everywhere. For men, it tends to isolate to the gut. Like that's why men have beer bellies, because for some reason, which I assume is due to humans being predators, I assume probably makes it easier for a fat guy to hunt.
Don't know.
Well, good news, Ardent. The winner, if that's how we're going to phrase it, might be primed. 329 pounds or 149 kilos. The reason I'm thinking of doing it for weekly bragging rights is if we look at who loses the most over time, well, it's like Bleach, for example, only needs to lose about 10 pounds. So it doesn't really help him when there are those of us who need to lose like a Bleach.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Or it could, I was going to say, could maybe be whoever loses the highest percent of what they want to lose or something.
The biggest percentage of their goal.
Yeah.
I think that is still work. I think that would make Bleach the winner automatically. Because if his goal's like 5 kilos and he loses 500 grams. Oh dear. And of course, once we get skinny, we then need to increase the numbers while keeping the body fat percentage going down.
Oh, you're also trying to get buff.
I've got to get buff. It is a requirement for being a proper Chad.
I see.
Well, how else are you meant to fight off the other humans that might threaten you and your family?
True. Well, I thought that's what the gun was for.
The gun helps. But also, I hear women like a bit of muscle more than they like just skinny fat.
Skinny fat.
You've the guys who aren't massive but have like no muscular male feminists.
Oh.
I love I can just use that as shorthand. Because they're skinny, but it's not something nice to look at.
Well, we can confirm milk ramen is not nice to look at.
Yeah. And anytime you see a male feminist, you can also hear a clock ticking.
Oof.
Why the fuck are their paw prints up? Oh.
Lanky. Okay.
Lanky or scrawny? It might just be me, but lanky means something different to scrawny. Like
Lanky's
lanky is
like
more
overly tall, like tall and
yeah,
skinny, isn't it?
It's like a 6 foot guy with a 5 foot guy's weight.
Just all arms and legs.
Exactly. But scrawny is definitely a word for it. But even then, scrawny seems too nice. Like BuzzFeed writers. That's the male BuzzFeed writers is the other example. Do you remember when they did their article on their testosterone scores, and it was lower than the average for a 90-year-old man?
I was gonna say I probably have a higher testosterone score than they do.
Yeah. Yeah, Harry is like what we'd call lanky, not scrawny. Which is probably why he's got a woman. Well, one of the many things that helps, I'm sure. Actually, were you paying attention to today's Lotus Eaters?
No, I was busy doing other things.
Fair enough. I swear he said he'd been with her for like 5 years, and I'm like, are you old enough to have had a girlfriend like that long?
He did lose about 10 years when he shaved. Like, I remember he walked in that day, bless him, and everyone was like, I love, we've got a new intern. Are you here for work experience? And he's like, yes, I know, baby face.
he does, but he looks better without that beard.
He does, yes, but still, like, it was just funny.
But that's the kind of beard that you don't let near a school. Like Harry's great, but his beard look like you're allowed near to the school, but the beard's not. That beard must be at least 200 meters from the nearest school at all times.
Harry's pretty tall with a deep voice, bastards.
Yeah. Arden says he loses a decade or two when I shave my head.
Who let Arden out of timeout?
Timeout, I think, is only like 5-10 minutes.
Monkey!
Poor Arden. Student history says, I feel Harry's pain. That's why I don't ever shave ever. Go from 28 to 18 in 30 minutes. I'd like to look 18 again. Well, I actually crop my hair to like a 1/4 inch, I think, and that alone makes me look younger. Because yay, balding. Though the anti-balding drugs do work, so I'm getting some thickness back, so I look a lot better.
Yeah, cool.
I'm honestly surprised by how well they work. I'm also utterly astounded by how extortionate some places are. Like, some places you can get a month's supply for $50. Other places you can get 5 months for $50. Like, what?
We could just do this.
But drug companies have never ripped people off for profit. Monkey's like, sorry, Arnott, Disco said so. Just kidding.
Bye, Ardent. No.
Prime says, weak chin, bad beard growth, but great thick hair. I want a beard. Yeah.
Don't have that problem.
I mean, if you had a beard, that would definitely be a problem. Like, that would make you Trim's type. He likes dwarvish women, doesn't he? Sorry, you were saying.
These are just mad because you know I would put you to shame.
No, we're just mad because you have better luck with women than we do. I'm not hearing any refutations.
I can't think I've had many lesbians come on to me.
Well, can't imagine many wouldn't if they know where you work.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Pardon says, did you guys hear that they added hair loss and erectile dysfunction to the list of symptoms for the disease that shall not be named? Yes, I did. Actually, I thought they added it to the list of symptoms for lung disease that shall not be named.
Lung disease. Did you... I actually sent you an article the other day where you don't even need to test positive for disease that won't be named anymore. You can just self-ID as having it.
If you feel like it.
You can just self-ID as having it. If you feel like you might have it, go with your gut. You probably do. Even if the test is negative. It's like, we're literally now self-identifying as... having...
Yeah, it couldn't possibly be one of the dozen other major respiratory viruses, including the 3 that are making massive comebacks in children because their immune systems have been murdered by the non-pharmaceutical interventions. That Prime Knight says, that's the other thing. Where is the border between lesbo and tomboy? I think it's at the dick.
Well, no. I think they become lesbian when they start sleeping with women. Just,
Oh, in that case, I identify as... See, that used to be a joke.
I don't think I can legally dispute you.
No, you can't.
Based. What I once shaved all of my body hair off as an experiment. Never again. I literally look like a giant chubby baby.
See, we've seen far too much of Monkey to know that.
Yeah. It's true. Go away. Notification. Yay.
That wasn't too bad. Better than sometimes.
I mean, it wasn't clean. What? How are they paw prints on here?
Prime says, now how about that island going independent in the Netherlands? Yeah, that's right. One of the, I haven't looked at the article, but I've seen the headline pop up. A Dutch island's going to go independent over the farmer stuff. Turns out that they don't want to starve to death.
Weird. Why would they not want to starve to death? It's literally part of the plan, the great plan.
Monkey is suggesting that we probably can't talk about that actually. Definitely not on Twitch. But I do agree with Monkey. Oh dear. Slowly getting clean.
Yes.
Then I turn around and go, ugh. Will Disco have enough time to finish this level?
We should be okay.
Oh, awesome.
Oops. Yeah, it's fine. We'll just finish the map.
Awesome. Yes, I... My point this out just how rich it is. Bezek, how dare you have a social life? And where's Disco going?
To do something else.
Oh dear. Who'd have thought that we'd be allowed to have social lives again?
You know. I actually spent time away from my house.
Can't do that. That's against the plans. They're totally just a conspiracy theory, and that it totally isn't a book written by Klaus Schwab talking about it.
You know, if he had just left me alone, I probably wouldn't have left the house. I didn't want to until they told me I wasn't allowed.
Tell me about it.
It's like, well, now I want to go outside because you don't want me to.
Well, now that you've told me you don't want me to, I must.
Yeah.
Like a cat.
If you just left me alone, I would have just stayed here and played my video games.
But no. Couldn't just leave people alone. That's not progressive.
See what you've done now? Like, Bezek's going out socializing. You see what you've done,
Exactly.
Klaus?
How could you do that to people?
We're so close.
Prime Night asks, gaming hangout on Saturday when the dour hours are not broadcasting?
I mean, I will be away on Saturday as well, but I do still plan on doing white pills because a monkey will be sad if I don't do white pills.
I think we'll all be sad if Disco can't do white pills.
I think everyone will. Like, we delayed it the other week, and I got so many messages like, we're white pills. It's like Monday. Like, oh, but black pilled. So yes, need to do white pills regardless. Although
Yeah.
I will be on a different computer, so hopefully everything will actually work.
Prime Nights asks, where kitty pills?
Kitty pills.
Yes, must have kitty videos.
I actually have some kitty videos on the channel.
Oh, excellent.
They're hidden. Well, no, they're not like hidden, but they're hidden amongst the other videos. There's also a video of my puppy that I had before my ex kept him. Of me training him, which was freaking adorable. I loved training the dog. It was so much fun.
Speaking of kitties, did you like the picture of the little bastard I sent you?
Yes. Basis, where do you think you're going on Saturday? I'm going to Luton.
Luton? Ew. Speaking about going armed.
As long as you do it this Saturday and not the one after. No, I think I'm doing both. I'm going to try and keep it on the Saturday, unless we really can't do it.
You really shouldn't not, because when you don't, I just blackpill people for like 8 hours.
I know.
And they get all sad and obnoxious about it.
I think Monkey's saying that I'm not allowed to go. Look, Monkey, I'm still gonna do white pills. I'll just be in a different location. Which means I need to try and figure out Streamlabs, because hopefully I can export my profile on Streamlabs or something and not have to set the whole thing up again.
You should be able to export the profile.
That would be good, because I don't really want to make it all again, to be fair. I mean, I will if I have to.
But... speaking of broadcasting softwares, OBS has just released OBS Studio specifically has released a beta for their version 18, and it now has multi-program audio built in. So hopefully Streamlabs sucks that up, because you used to need a mod to get it in Studio. So hopefully they bring that in. There's also a few other fancy features. But yeah, it's so handy. Just like for them, things like voice need to have their. Yeah, go on.
Arden, no, I'm not going to a Voldemort event. I don't even know if he's doing events.
Student says Bezek doing an experiment to find people's breaking point. Too bad the world government's already tried that.
Don't worry.
I mean, I find Trim's breaking point pretty consistently.
Oh, yeah, poor Trim. Although, he's a bad boy. It is deserved sometimes. Like when he says naughty words right before we start streaming.
Yes. Funny how he's starting to learn about that now that he has his channel, and Tosti will come in and just yell gamer words.
It's kind of funny, isn't it? And Trim's like, no! It's like, oh, you don't like it? That's so weird.
Yeah. Testicular says, poor Trim, but also he deserves it. Yes.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Dear. I can't even remember what I was saying.
Sorry.
No, you're right. I'm sure I had a point. Then again, I'm sure I didn't. I don't know. Half the time I just waffle, so we don't have dead air.
Monkey's like, ha 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 ha, cute idea. No, I think Monkey doesn't want me to go to Luton.
Yeah. Methinks Monkey wants you to stay.
Don't worry, Monkey. We'll do white bills.
White pills. Ah. That does remind me of that bloody cat. Or mine. Yes, I'll just come into the bathroom, then sit on the bathroom sink watching you and meowing while you're busy. It's like, cat? No, fuck off.
That sounds like George. When is he not meowing at me?
Yes. Like, that's my big cat. Like, I love him to bits, but he's not appropriate for when I'm trying to sleep.
Monkey, I'm not sure I can read that out.
No. Besides, Jessica will be fine. She's too old. Oh goodness, we've still got the wall to go. We're almost at 80% for more dodgy text messages.
Yay, dodgy text messages. I didn't realize it was every 20%. Like, but yeah, that'll be why it's so quiet in this one. We haven't had many messages.
Yeah. It's a big one. Monkey says he'll see himself out.
He's like, don't worry, I will time myself out.
Oh dear. Oh. I thought Monkey was going off to work out anyway. Here we go. Commissioner Baryonyx. The subway remained closed for another 30 years until community funding allowed for its renovation. Did they steal the money from the funding? It ran until 1984 when the main tunnel's extensive repointing finally failed, thankfully in the dead of night. Well, do you have any more to add to that? Anyway, I thought Monkey was off to work out. It's been awfully loud for someone working themselves out to exhaustion.
Yeah, unless he's, just, I don't know, giving his thumbs a workout on his phone, texting the chat.
But doesn't he do that at the pub most nights anyway?
Yeah, maybe.
Speaking of bloody Monkey, when are we going to tie him down and finish the Factorio series?
We do need to. This is why I made the spreadsheet. You see. That's why the spreadsheet is a thing.
Testicular says 12-ounce curls. And Monkey says he put a solid 6 minutes in. Yeah, we're not interested in your sex life, Monkey. We want to know about your workout.
I'm sure you spent 5 of those minutes typing in chat, Monkey.
Does Monkey go to the gym and then just sit on the machine on his phone?
It's like, I did a minute and now I'm having a 5-minute break.
He works out from home these days. Oh, so he sits on the toilet and sits on the phone, isn't it?
Didn't you buy a gym membership though, Monkey? Why are you working out at home? I seem to remember you getting a gym membership, buying like gear to go doing whatever in, and then you just you go at home. Shoo! We're gonna have to shoo Monkey to the actual gym.
Yeah. A student asks, is he the male version of the girls who go to the gym for the express purpose of ass pics and workout clothes? Yes. And no, I don't want to see monkey ass pics.
You've mentioned them now. He might do it anyway.
He says that sitting on the toilet technically counts as losing weight. Oh dear, what are we gonna do with him? Can't believe. So, hold on. I need to make this make sense. It makes sense in my mind, but the rest of you aren't there.
Okay.
Yes, Disco made spreadsheets about all the series we've got coming up.
Yeah.
I've also put together a little calendar so we can see when we're all streaming or not available, so we can collab either or not
Trim
stream.
doesn't understand people working.
Yeah, fucking Trim. Oh, I can stream next week at 1 p.m. Norwegian time. Yes, that works really well on a fucking weekday for Disco.
Whose channel it is. And Trim's like, oh, what about Tuesday at 9 a.m.? Trim.
No, Trim, Disco has day job. Fuck's sake. Yeah, but the middle of the day, 1 p.m. Norwegian time. Yes, midday UK time's really going to work well. I'm sure Carl would approve immensely.
Yes. It's like, sorry, Carl, can't do podcast today. It's, I need to
I'm going to sit at the
Valheim
desk
instead. Yeah. He's hard to work. So Trim needs a calendar to tell him when no streaming can happen because, he's a Trim.
Testicular says, someone beat Trim.
We really should. I don't think it would help. It would make us feel better, but I don't think it would actually help.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's hilarious, Monkey, but I don't think I can discuss it on Twitch.
I actually don't think I know about that.
Ardent says, sorry, Carl, I have to take my paid time to go and stream with some random Norwegian, lol.
Yes, Norwegian unfortunately didn't understand that what my day job was, and so now I need to go and stream.
Yeah. Sorry, Carl. You also can't do the Lotus Eaters today because I'm going to need the studio desk.
Yeah, gonna need John's PC. You don't mind, right? You'd be like, like, you can come play Vikings with us. You'd be like, maybe.
God, could you just imagine the fucking squealing from Trim?
Oh, gosh. I mean, they literally used to play Ark with Carl. He had the most amount of played time in the game for a noob. It was rather remarkable how he had thousands of hours of playtime and was still a complete noob.
So he's got a lot in common with Trim.
Would dread seeing the words, "Hey, can you come and save me from my own retardation, please?" It's like, what have you done this time?
Like on Valheim the other day. Like, hold on, guys. I'm just going to cheat in some supplies for a boat that got physics engined to death. Pop back in. Why are there a bunch more floating graves in the water?
More like, I poked a hole in somebody's roof and dropped down to steal their stuff. And now I don't know how to get back out again because I literally dropped into their base.
Oh, dear.
Like, well, that was clever, wasn't it?
Well, if it isn't the consequences of your actions.
Yeah. Oh my god, we might nearly be finished.
Monkey says, what? OMG, we're doing an entire White Pills episode about this.
About what? I don't know what he's referring to.
Me either.
What are we doing an entire White Pills episode about, Monkey? And does that mean I have to do less prep? And is it actually a white pill?
Stickily says, having wearing a remote shock dog collar. You could train him to be normal. Almost said that with a straight face.
I'm not sure that any amount of training will work on Trim.
No, he's a silly Norwegian.
Yes, he is.
Actually, it reminds me of when that weirdo came into your stream being like, shout out for a sub.
Oh, for fuck's
and it's like, hey, and you're muted, and we're now going to mock you.
That's pretty funny.
It's like, no, you have to be lovably retarded like Chim. Notice the key word there is lovably.
Yeah. It's like, hi, I will, I would like a shout out on your channel. And I'm like, uh-huh. He's like, I will sub. Like, uh-huh.
and then Bezek's like, bat the loser.
It's like, at least be a lovable retard.
Exactly.
Although Trim's somewhat bad for it too, whereas he is terrible at shilling. So he just comes in and he's like, ha, obligatory shill, like in your chat, and you're like, Trim, like that's not convincing anyone. Like you just look like a retard, not even the lovable type.
Yeah. Pretty much. Like, he doesn't shill when he should, but he shills in stupid ways like that. It's like, for fuck's sake, Trim. At least even Ardent does a better job of shilling. I almost said that Trim does better thumbnails than Ardent too, but then I remembered who does Trim's thumbnails. It's not Trim.
Wait, Ardent does thumbnails? Ardent doesn't do thumbnails.
No, he doesn't.
Ardent clicks random and hopes for the best.
I mean, it turns out quite well, and it might be better if Ardent was, I don't know, pre-known popular, but yes, we need to give Ardent the idea of text.
The thing is,
Colonel's almost got the idea.
Colonel's got the idea, and he took on board a lot of what was said, but he's not picked the best font, and he's gone, I think, a little text heavy as well. Like you want a little bit of text, but if you make too much text on there, then like it's hard to read.
You also hear the words. He also needs the thing that his topic's about to be more than a quarter of it.
Well, it's more than Ardent. Ardent's just like, I guess every Ardent video is about Ardent, because that's what he has on the thumbnail.
Yes, we know YouTube picks the thumbs on your dailies. That's what we're complaining about.
Yes.
Because your thumbnail needs to tell people what the video's about. Like, even my shitty thumbnails for this go, game logo, episode number, screen grab from game, disco avatar, Bezek avatar, Dunsky's.
Mm-hmm. Yours
which
just
tells
like
everyone what they need to know.
Yours just look like you're talking about you.
Yes, and people aren't. You're not famous enough for people to want to hear about you talk about you. You talk about good stuff, but you're not going to attract an audience that way.
See, I've already told him off for his thumbnails.
Yes, but now we're doing it publicly, so it might stick.
A bit of public shaming.
Yes.
I approve.
But
hang on.
My
Let me get the shame bell out. We need to really feel the effect properly here. So I actually have a shame bell app on my phone.
Nice.
Shame.
There we go.
Glorious.
Confess.
But like my thumbnails could use improvement, but like they're an example of what you need. Like, what's it about? Well, it's about power washing simulator. And it's a co-op with Disco, and it's like episode 6, and here's a screen grab from the game.
And the thing is, like, once you've set up a template, like, it doesn't need to take you ages to make thumbnails. Like, now when we start a new series, it takes me maybe 5 minutes to make that series thumbnail, because I'm using the same layout. I've already kind of, set up the guests as layers on there and whatnot. So all I have to do is find something relevant to the current topic or the current game, pop that in there, text if I want it, and then export it. It takes me less than 5 minutes, and immediately it's giving people the information they need.
Yeah. And again, like you're saying, once you've got a template, like the power washing ones, like all I do is I go into the video afterwards, find one of the time lapses from when we're done with the level, and go, hey, screen grab, whack that in, change the episode number, export, done.
You would use GIMP for the template, yes. And YouTube Studio, you wouldn't use the template on YouTube Studio. You would open up your template in GIMP, add whatever,
swap out an image
you wanted to, whatever the topic was about, add an image in there, and then export it as a JPEG and upload that to YouTube. It'll take you 5 minutes once you've got a template.
Yes. It definitely helps to export them as JPEGs, because you can export them as 1080, and they'll actually work. A lot of PNGs will be too large in 1080. And you don't need transparency for the thumbnails anyway.
True. It's a mistake I keep making, and then when I go to upload it, it's like, grr.
Yeah. But yeah, like...
No, I don't need GIMP, Bleach. I have Photoshop. But GIMP is the free open source version, and, well, if somebody doesn't want to have to pay out on Photoshop, then GIMP is more than capable.
It's capable of anything except fancy text easily.
Yeah, it has a worse UI. Like, it's not
the UI is
fun to use, but I mean, for the money that you're saving, if you're like not going to be using, like, I use Photoshop a lot, so it is kind of like I do want Photoshop, but
like I'd get Photoshop if I didn't have to fork out hundreds of dollars a fucking year on a pissing subscription, you bastards. No strong feelings about that. None at all, honest. But yeah, like, once you work your way around the Dog Balls UI, GIMP can do nearly everything Photoshop can. It's just usually more of a faff.
Mm-hmm. But then once you've got your template, you don't even have to worry about the faff, because you're literally just going to be swapping an image, maybe a little bit of text. If you've got a guest on, you might be, like, popping an overlay on for their avatar or something.
I don't want to know if you can do that on tablet. I have no idea. There's some things that you can use on a tablet, possibly Inkscape, which is what I use for my fancy text, because I like put gradients in text. I only use it to put, like, gradients on my text, because, like, if you want to mask something or crop it, it's a pain in the balls.
Yeah, I get that. I'm not sure Inkscape would be particularly good for making a template. You probably could do it.
No, you're probably
right. But there's probably something Photoshop-like for tablet.
I mean, you can actually get Photoshop on a tablet. But that's, again, goes back to our money problem.
Yeah, I expect if you were to Google, like, open source Photoshop program for tablet, you would find something.
Bleach asks, is there a non-subscription Photoshop? I went Coral Buff for cheap. That's not a non-subscription Photoshop anymore. That's why I use GIMP.
Yeah,
because I can get 95% of what I need for free, and then the other 5% I do in Inkscape, also for free. But like, if I wasn't doing fancy stuff with the text, because I like to put a gradient in the text, and sometimes,
mask can be a bit of a pain in the bum.
Yeah, because GIMP rasterizes the text once you start applying effects like a drop shadow. So it's like, bugger it, I'll just do it in Inkscape. But like, the basic stuff is easy enough. Like, for example, the Sultan's template, which is infinitely better than some competing live streams. Like,
I mean, competing is generous.
Yeah, it generally helps if you have more views than hosts, doesn't it?
Competing is a generous description.
I mean, yes. Yes. Though it's always funny when I go and look and go, oh, look at that, Sultans has more likes than you have views.
That is kind of funny.
It is. What was my point? Oh, yeah. It's just a template, but every episode I update the number, so it at least looks like a tiny bit of effort went into it. And I made the template in GIMP, whacked it into Inkscape, and now I just go into Inkscape every time, change a number, and then go, export, done, moving on.
I just use Photoshop for mine. I'm just like, because then I've got a whole bunch of layers on there for the guests and whatnot. And I can literally just be like, this guest's on here today. Turn the layer on for this guest. Turn the, we'll have this picture. It's normally like just the cover art for the game or something.
Exactly. Like, if you go look at Disco's channel after the stream and look at the thumbnails, you can tell that they're basically all on the same template, which is good for consistency. People know what they're getting and go, oh yeah, Disco stream, and then it's got the guests and the game.
And like I say, when I come to start a new game, I can
that wasn't clean game.
I can normally do a new thumbnail for a new series in about 5 minutes, assuming there's no new guests. Like, if there's a new guest, I might have to spend a little bit longer just adding their avatar to the template. But
yeah, if it's no new guest, it's just what image do I want as the background? That one, done.
Do I want any text? Maybe I want a little bit of text if it's like for the Amber Heard stuff. Like, we wanted text on it, so okay, a couple minutes to do text and export. Like, it really takes so little time.
Yeah. Like, the thing that takes the longest amount of time is to come up with is, like, a theme. Like, because obviously you want to make things kind of consistent, if you can. And that's probably the longest part, the original one. Then you build it and you're basically done. But, like, an alternative example is the thumbnail that we use for Valheim. Like, we've done slightly different things with that. I've got the image that Trim drew, whacked on the game logo, whacked in a screen snap of the game as the skybox, as the sky behind the image. I think I threw a bit of text on, possibly just a number. Boom, done.
Whereas I put it in my template, so you got kind of, us over the top of it. You've got the background, like the actual kind of swirly background from the background of my videos in the intro, and then I think I went into the game and took a picture of our base and put it in the background of Trim's artwork.
But yeah.
So in that case, like we took the same image, but we made two distinct thumbnails.
Yeah. Like, if you were to look at them both, you can obviously, oh, these are clearly related series. But I haven't just gone, that's a pretty thumbnail, yoink.
Yoink.
Which, I'll be honest, is very fucking tempting sometimes when it's like, oh shit, I've got to do a thumbnail for this series. Fuck.
But you'll notice, like, even Lotus used to it, you know? All of our thumbnails are based on the same template.
Yeah. Like, it's a good template. It's got the divider thing, a picture on the topic, and some text to describe vaguely what it is, and then it's consistent and there's some branding on it.
Yeah, it's there to sell the video. Like, what is in the video? At a glance, what is this video about?
Yeah, because people quite often look at the thumbnail before the title. So you're wanting to be selling the video. Like, what Ardent is selling is Ardent. And, like, we like Ardent, but people who've never seen Ardent before don't care. Like, it's just another guy on YouTube.
What's still to clean?
Oh,
we're missing a clock.
A clock.
This one.
No, that one. What else are we missing? A main ceiling light. Okay, which one of you is it? Ah, this one.
We've got that. One pillar. One pillar is unclean. This one.
But yeah, like, need thumbnail Ardent.
Ardent will be thoroughly shamed.
That pillar, yeah.
Yes,
even if I have
maybe you are just another guy on YouTube, Ardent, but like, if you want to stand out and get people to watch you and not just remain another like just random face in the crowd, then you need to sell.
Yeah, like, do you think I got 400 views on a power washing episode from fucking Markiplier's recommendations on no fucking thumbnail? No.
Then there is it does increase the production value or the perceived production value of the video. It's like people can tell that you've put a bit of effort in.
Yeah, for damned near for free, essentially. For like maybe 10 minutes, maybe half an hour's work the first time. Yeah, like, you can fake having production value.
What the hell is the
like, again, I could really use better quality thumbnails, but my thumbnails are getting the job done. I should, speaking of, I should probably go back and redo the thumbnail for my Orwell audiobook. Holy crap, you can tell that's like the first thing I ever made.
Yeah, some of my old thumbnails are pretty bad.
Yeah, you need to sell it to them. If it comes up in a recommended feed or something, it needs to be something that they can look at and go, yep, I'll have that.
Platform wall. How?
What?
How have we missed a whole wall?
Walls? What do you mean call a platform wall?
It's a tunnel wall.
No? Do you mean an end platform wall? What the hell's a platform wall?
Staircase wall.
Oh, right round here.
Oh, I see it. Alright. Where is it dirty?
It's that one.
It's kind of dirty all over.
Yeah, it's just generically dirty. Like, for Ardent, since it's his stuff's talking head, like, yeah, having his face in the thumbnail is not a bad idea.
But maybe not
will
for
tell
it
people
to only be the thing in the thumbnail. You know, you can have your face in there.
Like you probably do want it. Like, it lets people know that it's a talking head type video.
But a lot of time when people do that, like, and maybe this is upping the photoshopping skill a little bit, but like, people will kind of cut themselves out and then have themselves over the top of a picture of what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And so then you keep the face branding, like, you know, I face cam, so I want my face to be known, but I'm also telling you what the video is about, because the video is not just about me.
Yeah. But that is definitely a bit harder, especially if you do it for every video, which honestly you should. It should be a different face every time.
Because then it's not really, it could still be a template at that point, but it's not going to be as easy to do as a template, because you're going to have to find a new picture every time, cut a new picture out every time.
Yeah, but it could be something like how, for example, the Lotus Eaters have the slash over where it's got the info on one side and the picture of the thing. Like, it could be like that, just a template of that.
But you could do the face thing if you want.
Part of it's, I don't know, face, just screen grabbed from the video. Then something else, maybe a tiny bit of text at the bottom.
Yeah, you could do something like that.
Ardent's like, lol, recommended me, might as well expect monetization. Ardent, do you not recall the notifications you get every week where I go, tag at Ardent Party? Like, that influences, I assume, what YouTube will recommend after the video. A little. But, like, I was not expecting to get 400 views on a fucking power washing stream.
That's the thing, like, you never know which video is gonna get picked up. Like, I've had random videos get picked up by the algorithm, and I'm like, why? Like, what was it about this particular
Well,
video?
That's the thing. Like, I've been sitting there going, why did mine get recommended when Disco's is basically identical? The only thing I can assume is mine's technically an upload. But yes, like, obviously, Ardent does want to sell his personality because it's talking head stuff. But yeah, like, I reckon, like, a screen grab, because your face isn't 19 by whatever, or whatever it is.
Yeah, a screen grab of, like, the face on one side, and then, like, you could even have similar to what we do with the Lotus Eaters with the kind of diagonal. And, like, on the other side of the thumbnail, the topic. In fact, I think that's somewhat similar to what Carnal Conservative's done. We've kind of got half and half.
Carnal's is close, but he needs the things talking about to be bigger, and he needs to fix his fucking text. His text is an abomination. One, the font is crap. Two, the backing is awful.
He's got the right idea. He just,
execution is
the text isn't a good choice.
And you don't want serif fonts in a frigging thumbnail anyway. Because like, you're trying to sell this shit to people on phones as well, or on, like, ultra high resolution friggin' monitors. What am I even looking for? Uplighting ledges.
Uplighting ledge. Oh my god, we're so close.
Yeah. Like, he's very close. He's got the right idea, but the execution's just...
It is very close. I think just a little bit tweaking with sizing and with font, and he's golden.
Yeah, but that font's red on a fucking generic grey background, and then it's just some serif font. It's like... And, like, he's got his logo in it, which is good, but his logo...
I was going to say, tell you who's done a very good job, and whose thumbnails, even if I'm not interested in the topic, the thumbnails always catch my eye. Spoon.
Yeah, fucking Spoon. His thumbnails are always on point.
Done a fantastic job. And like I say, even if I'm not interested in the topic, I always double take at his thumbnails, because he's done a fantastic job on the design of those. And those are a template. Like, they probably don't take him very long to do. Like, maybe it took him a couple hours to design the template, but it probably doesn't take him long to make an actual thumbnail, because it is a template. We're done! Let me just... What do we do?
Yes, Spoon's avatar is great. I thank you on behalf of Trim.
Oh, his avatar. Yeah, but I'm talking specifically about his thumbnails.
Yes,
like
his thumbnails are spot on. It's got the avatar, so it's consistent branding. It's got the thing.
Do we have
it's
one
about...
of his actually? I just wanna. I assume some people haven't seen them, and he's probably gonna absolutely love being Shield.
I mean, you say that, but he's got 10 times more fucking subs than you do.
That's true. But yeah, she hasn't posted anything recently.
Yeah, Trim did Spoon's avatar.
He's been slacking. I don't see him.
Sway Spoon did a video the other day.
Or
like,
is he not doing self-promotion?
He doesn't do self-promotion, but they show up in the video updates channel. Yeah, like a few up. Yeah, there we go. Yep, he's got one about Mog up a few. Yeah, open the original in a browser window. And let's see, desktop. No, that's the wrong desktop. Yes, get that over there.
Yeah,
and flick that over.
Can I?
I should be able to copy link and send link to Disco.
Oh, I've got the link to his thing. I'm just trying to figure out.
Yeah, there's thumbnail.
Which window it was. Browser. Was it this one? Do you know what? We will just add a browser. It's fine. We'll just capture the window. Window capture. Yes. Please do. Add a new source. Fine. I would like for you to open this one. Yes. Right. So, I mean, this is just Spoon's channel. Look how easy it is to tell what it is he's talking about. Like, in my opinion, his thumbnail, it's just on point. You know, and he's got, in some of them, he's actually got his avatar in there, so you can see at a glance that it's him. It clearly doesn't take him very long to do, because he's got the same template. You know, he's just putting in a picture and some text. Like, Arden's getting a lecture. But I can tell at a glance what it is he's talking about.
Yep. Like his latest one, I don't know if that tells us totally, but the one to the right of it about Mog, I was like, well, there's a picture of Mog, there's some basic text, and it's big enough to be read.
And his avatar. So I can tell that Spoon is talking about Mog at a glance. Like, that sold me the outline of the video. I don't even need to read the title. I know what that video is about.
Yep. Straight up, we know that Spoon is talking about Mog, and Mog's probably mocked an idiot, and Spoon's going to mock the idiot as well.
Yes.
But yes, it tells us everything we need to know. Who it is, what they're talking about. And, like, look at his text. It's white on black. Like, one of the easiest things to see. Mm-hmm. With a little bit of fanciness, like some glow and border around the edge. But because it's big and it doesn't have stupid serifs, carnal.
But yeah, we're already, like, way over time. So, I'm probably going to head off now.
Yes, probably a good idea. I will probably bully Ardent at a different time, different place.
We will give Ardent part 3 of our TED Talk next time he doesn't update his thumbnails. Like, yay. But yeah, have a good night, folks, and we'll
good night, everybody.
Next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.